destination of speed, whose destination is the top step of the podium here in Buriram. We're underway in MotoGP. Marco Bezzecchi got a great launch away from pole position. Jorge Martin likewise from the front row. Bagnaia in third place. Oh, how close was that? Almost contact between Bezzecchi and Martin in the first corner. They run well wide. Pecco Bagnaia in second place.
Quartararo delayed at turn one. He was ran onto the paint by Jack Miller, teammate to Bagnaia. Look at Miller, who's made a stunning start from the third row of the grid. He's up to third now ahead of Martin, and Marc Marquez is next up.
There is Aleix Espargaro, the Spanish rider. He's
11.
Yeah,
He's battling with Ralph
He's
Fernandez. Here's contact with Aleix Espargaro, who's trying to barge his way past Brad Binder. Binder run way out wide at turn 3. So Aleix Espargaro, that's moved him up into 11th place.
Long lap penalty for Aleix Espargaro. That's of course from the early contact with Brad Binder.
Aleix Espargaro comes in for his long lap penalty. It's a long lap here as he goes around the outside of turns 5 and 6. Where will he feed back in as he tries to put his knee down there and feed back in? He is going to be right near his teammate Maverick Vinales and just alongside Alex Rins. So Aleix Espargaro will rejoin in 14th position.
Well, Aleix Espargaro attacks on the inside of Brad Binder into the first corner. This time round it was all clean, wasn't it? Unlike the early first lap move down into turn 2, which cost Aleix Espargaro a trip through the long lap penalty. Aleix Espargaro is 11th.
Quartararo down 5 places. He's in 9th position now as they came through the first sector. He's dropped a couple already. Look at that. He's side by side with Alex Marquez. Quartararo, he nearly lost it on the paint. He's way back.
On the curve, Alex Marquez rode around the outside of Fabio Quartararo going through turn 4. That clearly disturbed the Frenchman. And then Quartararo lost the rear big time on that slippery paintwork, didn't he? Fabio Quartararo's had an absolute disastrous first lap here. Quartararo started 4th. He came through sector 2, 17th. Alex Marquez had to run wide because he nearly tagged the back of Alex Marquez going into that turn 4 on the entry. Around the outside he went well wide. It clearly looked like it disturbed Fabio Quartararo, and on the paintwork there he almost lost rear, didn't he, Fabio Quartararo? It could have been much worse. Fabio Quartararo is just coming over the finish line. Can you believe that? Quartararo in a humbling 18th place right now. He's losing well over a second a lap in this Grand Prix. Fabio Quartararo, the reigning world champion, limps home in a bitterly disappointing, a shocking 17th place for him. No points there for Fabio Quartararo. The second time in the last 3 Grand Prix he has failed to score points.
He's able to turn it tight and barge his way up the inside of Bezzecchi, who will now surely relinquish that 4th place to Pecco Bagnaia. He does slot in behind him, so Bagnaia back up into the podium positions. It's Miller, Oliveira, Bagnaia. Marquez now sends it up the inside. That's how little he cares about the World Championship battle. He sends it up the inside of Pecco Bagnaia. A late lunge, a little too late in the end as Bagnaia takes it back.
Pecco Bagnaia does take a super important 3rd place. Game on in this year's MotoGP World Championship. 3 races to go, 2 points now splitting Fabio Quartararo and Pecco Bagnaia.
Here comes Miller up the inside of Bagnaia, so certainly no team orders there at the Ducati factory team as Miller takes over 2nd place. He's now in the position to inherit the lead when Bezzecchi has to drop a place. Here he goes, Miller then through on Bezzecchi, who does slot in between the 2 factory Ducatis.
And look at this World Championship as it stands right now. Jack Miller will be just 35 points behind Fabio Quartararo going to his home Grand Prix in 2 weeks' time.
Surely not.
Jack Miller, all of a sudden out of nowhere, having won the last Grand Prix in Japan 7 days ago. If he was to win here today, then you have to bring him out in as a serious title contender. There's not back-to-back wins for the Aussie, but he's on the podium again here in Buriram, 2nd for Miller. Here comes Oliveira, his charge continues. He's just got great speed, great confidence, great feeling already in the early part of this wet Buriram Grand Prix. So Oliveira now picks off Jorge Martin, the KTM man, up into 4th place. Here comes Oliveira, Miguel Oliveira. This is no shock at all, is it? This was the kind of performance we expected from the Portuguese man after his brilliance in Mandalika. The Rain Master back on song here in Buriram. Oh, Oliveira, that was...
He's got so much more grip than Marco Bezzecchi.
Here comes Oliveira. He got great grip coming through turn number 11. This speed with the brakes in the 12 was all set up with a better edge grip through that turn number 11. The fast right-hander. Oliveira goes in hot at turn 12. Miller swings straight back on through. Again, closing up, hand over fist on Miller in that fourth sector is Miguel Oliveira. And this time he's going for it. This time he has hugged the inside line. There's nothing that Miller can do. Miller tried to leave his braking as late as he possibly could. They were side by side. It was a game of dare on the brakes, wasn't it? It was won by Miguel Oliveira. Now then, what can Jack Miller do in retaliation? Miguel Oliveira then hits the front for the first time in this Grand Prix on lap number 15. Oliveira leads from Jack Miller, but it's another rain masterclass from Miguel Oliveira. He takes the victory here in that delayed Thai Grand Prix. Oliveira wins by nearly 3/4 of a second from Australian Jack Miller.
Hi guys, this is Miguel Oliveira, and if you like this video, click here and click here for more.